Welcome back to the Simple English Hub, the place where you learn English in the easiest, clearest, and friendliest way possible. In today's lesson, we're continuing our journey through the most useful daily English phrases that beginners must know. This is part 2, covering phrases 11 to 20, expressions that native speakers use every single day in natural conversation. These phrases are essential for clarity, confidence, and real communication. Many English learners struggle because they learn vocabulary but not how to use it in real life. They feel nervous, they forget sentences, and sometimes they stay silent because they don't know the natural expressions native speakers use. But today, you will not only learn these phrases, you will understand when to use them, how to use them, and you will hear clear examples that make everything simple. Relax, breathe, and listen like I'm speaking directly to you. By the end of this lesson, you will feel more confident and more ready to speak English in real situations. Let's begin. Phrase 11. I'm not sure. I'm not sure is a simple and polite way to say you don't know the answer to something. Instead of saying, I don't know, which can sound direct or unhelpful, I'm not sure is softer and more natural. This phrase is especially useful in the workplace, classrooms, or any situation where you want to sound respectful and thoughtful. For example, if someone asks, "What time does the meeting start?" you might reply, "I'm not sure, but I can check." Notice how adding "but I can check" makes you sound cooperative. In everyday conversation, if a friend asks, "Do you think it will rain today?" you could say, "I'm not sure, but it looks cloudy." Beginners sometimes worry that this phrase makes them sound weak. Actually, English speakers use it all the time because it shows honesty and openness. It can also be used to politely disagree, like, "I'm not sure that's the best idea. Maybe we should try something else." It's a powerful phrase that helps you maintain communication politely. Phrase 12. That sounds good. That sounds good is a friendly phrase used to show agreement or approval. You use it when someone suggests an idea, plan, or option that you like or accept. For example, if a friend says, "Let's go for coffee after work," you can respond, "That sounds good." If your coworker says, "We should start the meeting at 10," you can reply, "That sounds good to me." This phrase communicates positivity and cooperation. It's softer than "okay" and more enthusiastic than "fine." It can be used in both personal and professional situations. A common mistake beginners make is saying, "It hears good," which is incorrect. The correct phrase is always, "That sounds good." You can also make it stronger by adding details. "That sounds good. I've been wanting to try that place." It's a great phrase for smooth, natural conversations. 13. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding is used when you make a joke and want the other person to know you were not serious. It helps prevent misunderstandings, especially in cultures where humor can be interpreted differently. For example, if you jokingly say to a friend, "You're always late," and they look shocked, you can quickly add, "Relax, I'm just kidding." Another example, "I'll eat all your snacks. I'm just kidding." This phrase reduces tension and helps keep the conversation light. Beginners often forget to signal when they are joking, which can cause confusion. English speakers use this phrase to protect the listener's feelings and clarify tone. It is informal, so don't use it in very professional or serious environments unless the atmosphere is casual. Phrase 14. I don't mind. I don't mind means you are okay with something. It doesn't bother you. It's a polite way to show you have no preference or problem with what someone suggests. For example, if someone asks, "Do you want pizza or burgers?" you can say, "I don't mind. Anything is fine." At work, if someone asks, "Is it okay if we sit here?" you can say, "I don't mind at all." This phrase helps avoid sounding rigid or demanding. Beginners sometimes confuse it with "I don't care," which sounds rude or impolite. Always choose "I don't mind" when you want to sound polite and flexible. You can also make it friendlier. "Sure, I don't mind. Go ahead." Phrase 15. Let me think. Let me think is a great expression to use when you need a moment to pause before answering. English speakers use this phrase often to avoid awkward silence or to show they are considering the question carefully. For example, if someone asks, "What do you want to eat?" you can say, "Let me think." Or if your boss asks, "Can you work on this project today?" you might respond, "Let me think. Yes, I can make time." This phrase buys you time and makes you sound thoughtful instead of confused. It's very natural and works almost anywhere: conversations, meetings, interviews, or casual chats. Beginners sometimes freeze when they need time. Using "let me think" keeps the conversation flowing smoothly and gives your brain a moment to prepare. Phrase 16. I guess so. I guess so means I think yes, but I'm not completely sure. It expresses mild agreement or uncertain approval. It is softer than yes and more hesitant. For example, if a friend says, "It might rain today," you could reply, "Yeah, I guess so." If someone suggests, "This movie seems interesting," you might say, "I guess so, let's try it." This phrase is useful when you don't have strong feelings about the topic. In workplaces, you can use it politely to show uncertainty. "I guess so, but we should double-check the numbers." Beginners sometimes misuse it when they want to strongly agree. Don't do that. It's only for uncertain agreement, not enthusiastic yes. Phrase 17. It depends. It depends is a flexible phrase that shows something is conditional. It changes based on the situation. You can use it in many contexts when the answer is not simple. For example, if someone asks, "Do you like working from home?" you might say, "It depends. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's distracting." If a coworker asks, "Will you finish today?" you can respond, "It depends on how many meetings we have." This phrase shows that you are thinking logically and considering different factors. Beginners often feel pressured to give a yes or no answer, but English speakers commonly use "it depends" to express complexity. It's very natural and intelligent sounding. You can also expand it with details. "It depends on the weather." "It depends on my schedule," or "It depends on the price." Phrase 18. I'll do my best. I'll do my best means you promise to try as hard as you can, even if you are not sure the result will be perfect. It is polite, positive, and shows strong effort. For example, if your boss assigns you a difficult task, you can say, "I'll do my best to finish it today." Or if a friend asks you to arrive early, you can reply, "I'll do my best." This phrase expresses commitment and responsibility. It also protects you from unrealistic expectations because you are not promising perfection, you're promising effort. Beginners sometimes say, "I will try," which sounds less confident. "I'll do my best" is stronger and more motivating. English speakers appreciate this phrase because it shows professionalism, honesty, and willingness to work hard. Phrase 19. I'm on my way. I'm on my way means you are currently going somewhere. You have already started traveling to the location. You use it in everyday communication when someone is waiting for you. For example, if your friend messages, "Where are you?" you can reply, "I'm on my way." If your boss asks, "Are you coming to the meeting?" you can say, "Yes, I'm on my way." This phrase is extremely common in texting, phone calls, and casual speech. Beginners sometimes use it even when they have not started moving, which can cause confusion. Use it only when you are actually traveling or walking toward the destination. You can also be more specific. "I'm on my way. I'll be there in 10 minutes. Phrase 20. That makes sense. That makes sense means you understand something clearly, and it sounds logical or reasonable. It is commonly used in conversations, lessons, meetings, and explanations. For example, if your teacher explains grammar and you understand, you can say, "Ah, okay, that makes sense." In a workplace, if someone explains a procedure, you might respond, "Thanks for explaining. That makes sense now." This phrase is polite and shows that you are following the conversation. Beginners often hesitate to express understanding, but using this phrase makes communication smoother. You can also use it when agreeing with someone's idea. Yes, that makes sense. We should try it. It helps build clarity and confirms that you are on the same page. And that brings us to the end of phrases 11 through 20. 10 powerful expressions that make your English smoother, more natural, and more confident. You now understand how to say, "I'm not sure," politely, how to agree with "that sounds good," how to clarify jokes with "I'm just kidding," how to express flexibility with "I don't mind," and many more. These are everyday tools, the kind native speakers use without thinking, and now you can use them too. Remember, learning English is not about memorizing hundreds of words. It's about mastering simple expressions and using them correctly in real life. Practice these phrases today. Say them out loud. Imagine conversations. Use them with friends, coworkers, or classmates. The more you speak, the easier English becomes. Thank you for learning with me here at the Simple English Hub. You're improving every single day. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and I'll see you in the next lesson with more powerful English phrases. Great job today.